Scrap, the hooper before the war. Years before folks called him MOB Scrap 600K, he was known for something else. Not for drill, not for bodies, for hoopin'. Folks say Scrap could drop 30-40 in a game, the type you hear about 3 schools over. The kid they say, if he lock in, shorty might really go somewhere. But a jumper only take you so far. When your block run on disrespect and pressure. Word from interviews and street videos, 600 used to slide through and press him on his own block. On the court, Scrap was a problem. Outside that gym, he ain't have the name yet to make dudes think twice. One story says his own guy, Makado, ain't stand up when 600 pressed. Imagine how that feel. You the man on the court, but off it, you the target. Drop 40 tonight. One gun erase all that in a second.
To have a younger brother that you hearing is out here doing all type of shit in the streets and shit, like how did that make you feel? Like, you know, like damn, like little bro getting a little too active out here.
That shit hurt me, bro. That shit hurt me as a big brother. I felt like I failed my little brother at that time, you know? But when he did jump off the porch, I was in jail. You feel me? And I had no clue of really what was going on like that, bro. I didn't even know my little brother was locked up for a murder when I was in jail. Cause my mama didn't want to call me and tell me. She knew she knew I was close to my out date and she ain't want me to crash out or nothing in jail. So she ain't tell me.
But let me ask you this though, as a big brother, did you even see that in your little brother?
No.
Him being capable to do some shit like that?
It's more so he got found not guilty. So
But
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like even if
just being in the streets out there alone, no. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never see my little brother being on no sliding ass shit or just in the streets, bro. My little brother was playing basketball and shit, you know? He had dreams and shit, chasing hoop dreams. But like I say, he was down there hooping with it was a community center on Dipset, which is Front Street down there.
Yeah.
They had a little community center he used to go play basketball at. Scrap knew all the ops. He knew all of them. They all knew him before we even got into it with niggas. Scrap was hooping, and then when shit kicked off, he was over there in the hood. You got niggas coming to shoot at him and shit. He a shorty. He some 12, 13 years old getting shot at and shit. So he looking like, damn, these niggas don't get no you know?
Yeah.
So now it led to him wanting to be under his brother. Now he hanging with me more, and I told him, be with me. You know, like if you gonna be out here, I couldn't stop it at that point. It was at a point where he in this shit, you know, he in the streets. He out here, he done picked this certain crowd of friends. He popping out with his friends all the time. I just tell him, I always used to tell him, be smart, bro. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? Don't be loose out here. Don't be dumb to this shit. But at that time, I was hurt about it, because it's just like, no big brother want to see their little brother doing that shit. If you happy to see your little brother doing some shit in the streets like that, you not a real big brother. Cause I grew up, my big brother then wouldn't even let us smoke around them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it was definitely a hurtful thing to see my little brother pick the streets.
Yeah, it's tough, but Scrap is one of them names that you hear all the time. You be like, damn, that nigga Scrap was out here on some young, cause he was like, what, 14, 15?
No, he was 17 when he died.
17 when he died, but he was out active at like 14, 15, right?
Yeah.
That shit.
13 shit.
To be honest, my little brother was always the movie type. He always moving around, couldn't sit still, always want to go outside. But the week, matter of fact, 2 days before he died, because he had just recently got shot, like 2 different occasions before he died. Like all this happened within like a week. 2 in a week frame, 3 different occasions. And the 3rd occasion, that's when he died. But he was shot in the chest, you know what I'm saying? And he was healing, he was at home. So it was just this one memory that stood out. Like, me and Scrap, we ain't never like sat in the crib and just, we was on, what we do? We was playing 2K. I'm talking about 2K, like we played that shit the whole day, like all day we laugh and talk, and it was like God just gave me that last time with him, you know what I'm saying, as a brother, without the streets, without none of that. It was all just blocked out. We was just at the crib. We was sitting in the room, me, him, and my homie Ewell. It was different, you know what I'm saying? It was a different feeling. I actually got to see him be like my little brother, you know what I'm saying, happy, and that shit was deep. Like it was just a different feeling, you know what I'm saying? It ain't involved the streets or nothing. It was I don't know, it's like that shit crazy, man. Just thinking about that shit. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just a different thing we did.
Okay. Were you there any times that he was shot?
One time, the first time. Yeah, I was there.
Can you take me through what happened?
Shit, I ain't gonna really get deep into that like that. Neither. I don't really wanna, you know? Because at the end of the day, shit, people ain't get caught. It is what it is, so.
Well, yeah, no, I would never ask you who did it.
Shit.
You know what I mean? I would never
I feel
ask
you,
that.
though, shit. His ass, I keep it 100 shit. Scrap was being tough. He was a tough ass guy. That's all it was. Shit wouldn't even happen if you really want to know.
Yeah. What was your reaction when you first heard about him getting shot the last time?
Like the last time when he died?
Yeah.
Shit, I got a call 1 a.m. That shit was the worst call I ever got in my life. Like, but you know it's crazy, I swear to God, I don't even like speaking on this shit. The day he left out of the house, we was arguing about cause he steady want to go outside and he shot in his chest already. See what I'm saying? He feeling like cause it's not hurting that bad, it went in and out, he could still be moving, you know? So I'm like, you need to sit your ass down. Your ass just won't sit down, you know what I'm saying? So he basically just, you know, telling me, I know I'm good, man. Your ass be, you know, now we fake arguing, whatever it is. But I told him before he left out of the door, I'm like, bro, you gotta calm down, bro. Ain't shit in store for what you doing, but life, but definitely in jail. And I told him that shit, I promise you, before he walked out the door. He looked at me in my eyes, he say, I know I'm gonna die anyway, I see it coming. I promise you. Said his exact words the day he left out of the house, he died, literally.
You know, being a parent and, you know, having the kids you have and dealing with, you know, what they gotta go through.
Man, it was, you know, when they young, man, it's cool growing up. When they young, they growing up, you know, least worries. You ain't got no worries until they start getting off into the streets, you know. But me and they mama, we wasn't seeing it because they was young. But once they started like getting into the teenage years and stuff like that, we still want a lot of stuff I didn't see. You know what I'm saying? But man, it get hard because now we gotta run up to schools. We gotta worry about them in them streets. You know, and then to not only that is like my son Brian, you know, Scrap. He was the youngest out of all my sons. And man, it's rough, man. It's like I want to protect them, you know, as much as I could. You know what I'm saying? And it's like certain neighborhoods, once they start getting into the streets, it's like certain neighborhoods we couldn't even move to, man. We couldn't move over here. Like if my wife say, I'm going to look at an apartment over here, you know, we can't go over there. You know, you can't get no crib over there. And, you know, we got our sons that's with them over here, and then you move them over there, you know, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? And
imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
we had, you know, with my wife, we had 5 sons at home. And Scrap was the youngest. And no, like I say, my wife did her best. She did everything she could, you know, in raising her kids, and she raised them well, you know what I'm saying? I got other sons outside of that, you know, all my sons, mothers raised them well, you know what I'm saying? And I always been there with them to try to, you know, be a father to my kids, which I've been in their life, you know what I'm saying? But it's rough when they start going to jail. You know what I'm saying? They acting up in school. You gotta go up to the schools, and you know, but it's life, it's part of life. Some kids get it and some kids don't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I say, my son Scrap was the youngest, and to me, I think he was the worstest one out of all my sons. Like, when he jumped off that porch. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like I say, man, like, I talk about this on my stories. You know, I think all these guys is good kids. You know what I'm saying? But I think the internet portrayed them to be something that they really not. I think that's what's going on. Because that's really where all this beef really coming from, the internet. You know, and my son Scrap, it's like he got into issues, and my cousin Brick spoke on this with Zach TV, and Brick told me this before he died. And he said, Les, he said, cuz, I told Zach TV how that war really kicked off with us at 600 and them. And he said he didn't put that part out, but he said that war really kicked off with my son Scrap with 600 and all them. That's how it really kicked off. You know what I'm saying? So I was there, I saw all that, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, this what probably Tay got everything mixed up at, is when my son got into a bite down from 600. And they had a fight, so he come in the house. And when he come in the house, he had a little scar on his face. So I say, what's wrong with you? I was about to leave. Yo, man, I just got into a bite down, and at the center, they used to play ball on 62nd and Wabash. So I say, what? So I say, what Makaville was that? Now Makaville 600. Now this my son homie, supposed to be his homie. Yeah. Like best friend, like they supposed to be, you know. And I say, well, yeah, he across the street. So I go across the street and there's a bunch of them over there. Tay probably was over there. So when I went over there, I said to them, I said to Makaville, what happened, Makaville? You let them try to jump on Brian? He, oh no, Pops, wasn't nothing I can do. But Brian at 14, when you went to the same school he went to, Carter. You used to hang with Brian. You slept in my house. You hung with Brian. So when y'all all in the hallway, you weren't even hanging with 600 like that. So he hear you upstairs on the 3rd floor. They getting at you. You know what I'm saying? He run all the way upstairs. He telling people, man, look, if y'all touch him, y'all gotta touch me, man. You feel me? So he stood on that. But, you know, that's just what happened, man. You know, we can't control what our kids do.
Squad models, scuffing nobody, bitch, I'm from the squad, where everybody, got bodies, toting guns, it's our hobby, bitch, I'm from the squad, where everybody, squad bodies, squad mollies, scuffing nobody, bitch, I'm from the squad, where everybody, got bodies, toting guns, it's our hobby, bitch, I'm from the squad.
Fuck them wise, man. M.O.B. We out here, man. Go see NCL, M.O.B. We out here. Fully in this street. M.O.B. Hey, man. Ain't shit bigger than the mob, man. Fuck Lil Ron, man. Fuck the weight, man. 600K, man. Bigger than the mob. M.O.B. BD now 75, man. 05 we out here. Fuck me. Fuck me, man. What? M.O.B. It's only 2 police. Fuck the job. I see my mob. Ain't nothing bigger than the mob, man. I got them on 7 days.
Hey, but we down here. Get to it with that shit, man.
How you know, man? It's M.O.B. shit, man. Shout out to Brick Squad, STL, man. We out here, man.
Mom fat ass.
Fuck you, man. We so BDK over here, man. Fuck the ops.
Wait till all this new shit drop. Alright.
We got 3 rules. It depends on what they on. Come in, take off your clothes, sit down. Alright, I can do all that. I'm telling you, that's how.
Yeah, Lil Scrap did. He used to walk to the hood and beg us not to kill his son on phone him. Yes, he used to beg us not to kill that man. So now, Lil Steve, he involved though. Like Lil Steve ain't trying to hit it with them niggas, man. Like Lil
Get you some money. I just want it. That's that shit that went.
I just want it.
Hey,
fuck you though, nigga.
You know, fuck him though, nigga.
M.O.B. before anything, I just want it all though. I feel that song though, but you still a bitch.
Sister, folks, on my son. We didn't know Scrap had a brother, folks. I was hanging with Scrap since 2007.
You wasn't supposed to know.
Look, so listen. Nobody from my hood, me and Mac was hanging with Scrap. This was
you ain't supposed to know.
We didn't know you existed till you
I don't understand why. I like that.
Y'all was lying,
I like that, bro. I like that motherfucker don't know me.
I get it, folks. I get it. Look,
I was one of them niggas on that block.
I ain't done. Look, listen to me. On my dead sister, folks.
At some point, the switch flipped. They say he got tired of the picking, started pressing back, and there wasn't no going back. The ball got left behind. The backpack turned into a different kind of bag. That kid folks swore could go far in hoops became a name that made whole blocks move different when he popped out. Act 2. Watch him. Scrap the enforcer. Ask anybody from over there or across the way. When they speak on Scrap, it sound the same. You peep a pattern. Bro wasn't just dangerous here and there, he was steady with it. Tay Capone and Nem Dunn said it 100 ways, but the message the same. Scrap was one of them ones you had to watch.